Hi, my name is Mikhail Daykomp and I'm a second year student at London Metropolitan University. This is my second video for Learning Through Work module, and today I'm going to be talking about incidents that occur in the workplace. This video relates to goals 3 because I will evaluate my contribution to the company that I've provided. Goal 4 because I will demonstrate that I understand the work environment and how it works. And Goal 5 because I will critically reflect on my experience at my workplace and relate to a future career and academic development. I will be using the STAR approach to critically analyze each incident that I had to come across during my employment. Also, I will be using the feedback I received from my manager to review the way I was dealt with the incident. I work for Insight Specialist Behavioral Service as a care worker and provide care for adults with learning disabilities. My workplace is located in Walderslade, which is in Kent, and I'm required to work within a staff team and also other health professionals such as doctors and social workers. I'm often required to take part in community activities as well as the indoor ones. In my experience, I dealt with many incidents, and in this video I will give you two examples of how I dealt with them when they occurred. In the first incident, I was required to make doctor's appointment for one of the individuals I cared for. After I made this appointment, I was required to write it in a house diary and realized that the individual I made the appointment for is already going to see another healthcare professional and will not be able to attend the doctor's appointment that I made. Before I made the appointment with the doctor, I should have checked the diary and make sure that the individual has no plans that day, but I forgot to do so, and then it was required to solve the issue. The task that I needed to do to rearrange the doctor's appointment and make sure the individual is able to attend the meeting on that day, I had to reschedule the appointment for another day. So, analyzing this situation, I felt disorganized and embarrassed because before arranging the appointment in the first place, I should have checked the diary and made sure nothing was planned for that day. I realized that what I'd done wrong was that I wasn't organized while I was dealing with this task, and this is why this incident took place. When the issue was solved, I was happy and wrote in the diary the new date for the appointment. The reflection on this incident is that I needed to check everything before making appointments so they don't clash with any other activities in the diary, and stay calm and not get nervous when I have to take part in this task in the future. First, it was difficult to stay organized as I was new to the company, but now I have a lot of experience and I haven't made a mistake like that since. It's important to stay calm and carry on doing tasks that you're required. And always, if there's any problems, you need to speak with the manager directly and inform him of any incidents that you could come across. The main issue in this case is that I should have checked the diary before making an appointment, and this incident would not happen. By dealing with this incident, it made me more organized and gave me more experience of dealing with this type of incidents. The second incident I'm going to talk about will be about miscommunication difficulties I was facing with a client. I will be using a STAR approach to evaluate the incident and the outcomes of it. The problem that occurred when I started working for Insight is I was having difficulty to communicate with some of the adults I worked with, and it took me a while to improve my communication skills. The individual that I worked with has a speech difficulties, and in the beginning it was very hard to understand what they're trying to say, because they used sign language and body language to communicate. When I worked with the individual, they was getting frustrated because they wanted to say something to me, but I couldn't understand what they was trying to tell me. When this incident occurred, I was required to seek guidance from another member of staff who had more experience of working with this individual, by me seeking advice from a more senior member of staff to help me communicate with the individual. At that point, I was unaware of a lot of communication information about the individual, and I was required to get to know him better in order to understand the way they communicate. I was required to read their communication passport and the care plan, as well as all other relevant information about working with this individual. So, analyzing this incident, I felt like I wasn't meeting the standards of the person, and I felt very negative because it was difficult to understand what the individual was trying to tell me. However, I knew it wasn't my fault because I was a new member of staff and was only getting to know the person I was working with. This was due to miscommunication I had with the individual, but I realized that they was getting upset, and I seeked guidance from other member of staff to solve this problem. Also, after working with this individual more, I'm now able to understand the way they communicate and avoid any possible incidents in the future. I realized that what I've done wrong because I should have been more patient with the individual and seeked help from other members of staff or my manager earlier before the individual got upset. In the future, I will ask more questions and not be shy to seek guidance because I'm a little shy sometimes when it comes to a new place and getting to know new people, but I must always keep in mind that there are people who will be willing to help me. Sometimes when I ask questions, I feel like I'm showing people that I don't know what I'm doing, but I must remember that with guidance, I will be able to avoid any possible incidents. And reflecting on this incident for me is to ask plenty of questions in the future to prevent me from looking bad as employee. Feedback from my manager was that I shouldn't be shy to seek any advice from him or any other colleagues when I'm undertaking any task. I must get to know the clients after working with them for a while and will be able to understand their communication needs. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my video.